Definitely not Norman Bates, but there could be something almost as scary. Take a look at this shower Dave and Joey had to rip out.
So we're taking out an old shower here, and this was a contractor who knew what they were doing. They used the Schluter membrane system. They did mitered tiles. This was a beautiful shower at one point, but time can still take its toll. So you can see here the Schluter system, it was keeping the water from getting beyond that membrane, but it was trapping the water right in where the tile mortar was. That's still wet, and they haven't been in the shower in weeks. So it was holding the moisture in behind, and that's going to create mold growth in behind the tile. That's why it smells like a really old cabin in here. So if you're seeing that your grout is starting to come out, especially when you see these miters and they're opening up and the grout's coming out of there, that needs to be scraped out and refilled. Otherwise, water's getting in behind your tile and just sitting there creating mold.
Look at the mold.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. How long had water been seeping in under the tile to create that much damage and that much mold?
Way too long.
Yes, it had been a couple of weeks since they had even last used that shower. So it had just been sitting there unused, and there was still that much water behind the tile.
Yeah, that shower actually, like, they called us in at one point because underneath they started to see the ceiling plaster starting to come down, and the wife was getting a little worried that the whole thing was going to collapse through the roof.
Yes.
And I mean, it looked bad from up top, but when we started tearing it out, it just got worse and worse and worse. Yeah.
Is that one of those situations, like, do you have to move out of your house? Is it a hazard, or
you
can
don't
you
need to? I mean, it's not great for your health breathing in. If there's any mold in the air, it's not going to be great for you. So we always get them out of the room. We'll demo it, get everything out into a bin, and get nice and clean to start fresh.
Yes, and that's got to be a good feeling to get down to the bottom of it. We actually have pictures.
Yes.
Of the grossness.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so afraid for anyone to dig down my floors because I don't want to see that in my bathroom. It's scary, but you really do need to get rid of it. So what are we looking at right now?
So that was the bench that I was actually showing you there where the mitered tile was. So a lot of water was getting through those tile miters and right onto the bench. So it was getting in behind the waterproofing and right to the wood, and that's where you're going to see a lot of mold.
Wow. Okay, next picture. Let's take a look at that. So you're seeing basically, you know,
so this is the wood around the bench. So the company who had done the renovation here before had to have done a decent job. They used a waterproofing membrane behind everything. So things were protected, but water is mean. Water is evil. Water will find any which way to climb through. And there's some of the wood that was in behind it, and you can just see the mold kind of coming up and up and up.
That's right. Okay, next photo. And I think this is a bit of a, are you demoing there?
Yeah, that's the wide shot there. So you can see kind of the black line there. That's the curb of the shower. We see this a lot around the curb just because you have several joints at that point. So that's where water can cut in there and get to the wood and start to create mold. So you definitely see a lot of that.
Okay, let's show the last picture, and then we're going to talk about how to not have this happen in your space. So you're taking it all out.
And that's underneath the space. And we knew that this shower was going to be bad. And we've taken out very disgusting many showers, but this was probably one of the worst we have ever seen. And basically what was happening is that grout that fills the joints in between the tiles was gapped. It was cracked, and water was finding a way in there. Now, because the builder had used a waterproof membrane, the water wasn't necessarily traveling right through everywhere into their house. It was trapping it between the tile and that membrane, and the water just sitting there was creating mold, mildew, and it was just, it gave it a feeding ground to grow.
Ooh, it grew and had a good time.
You see it a lot with the silicone as well. It's all in these corners of your shower. That's why we built this demo, because all the silicone is going to be in the corners of your shower, and once that starts to deteriorate and pull away from the tile, that's when you're going to start to see an issue.
So we talk about maintenance a lot, right? With like your body, with cars, with your home, but we don't talk about showers enough. This is a space that needs a lot of maintenance. You think you're having a shower every day, every other day, there's water pouring down, and that water can just get everywhere in your house. So taking a look at your shower every so often to make sure that the grout joints are still filled and that the caulking is still filled is going to make a world of a difference. So we're going to show you what we can do, how to replace the caulking. So if you're noticing that it's pulling away, there's no fun or easy way to get caulking out of a joint. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
okay.
Silicone, it's supposed to hold. So get a nice, sharp, straight blade.
Yeah.
And if you run it along both sides of the silicone
Yeah.
to try and remove it, and you can get a cleaner to really remove as much residue of the silicone as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
so take it all out.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's important
Okay.
to remove as much as you can. You don't want to just put silicone right over top of the old stuff because
Okay.
it won't bond properly.
Got
You're going
it.
to create a new problem now.
Okay.
And fun fact, WD-40 does help everything. So if you spray some of that onto your caulking, it'll help you remove it. All right,
Okay.
so here, we're gonna get your hands dirty. You ready
Let's
to do some
do
caulking
it.
with
Let's
us?
do it.
So there's a nice straight silicone joint there.
Yes.
You can make a nice straight line like that.
Oh,
with
you're
the
so
magic of
confident.
tape.
You're so confident.
Magic of tape, Tracy.
Okay.
Nobody.
Oh, so tape it out so
Tape
you know
it
the
out,
caulking
yeah.
You
is
want to
in
be
the
about
right
an
place.
eighth away from the wall. Leave yourself a little gap. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're just running painter's tape. Make sure you get a good painter's tape, not the
Yes.
cheap stuff.
Right.
And yeah, you're just going to create 2 lines to use as a guide. Put them on the wall, put them on the ground, and then you're just going to run a bead of silicone right along that little edge that you're creating.
If it bleeds out a little bit, is it tough to take off, or is that where you use
just
the
do it
WD-40?
while it's still wet.
While it's
so
still wet.
while it's still wet, if you need to
Okay.
clean anything up, you
Oh
can.
my
ready
gosh,
for
I'm like
this?
the Terminator.
So start in the corner and run it along to the edge. Now we've got
Okay.
tape on both sides.
And I just pull the trigger?
Yep, pull the
Okay.
trigger, and as it
Start
comes
rolling.
out,
I
yep,
can't even see it.
Run it
Is it
along.
doing it?
You're doing it. You're
Okay.
doing it. You're doing it. All right. All right.
There you go. That's it.
Now a little bit of water and a paper towel is going to be your friend. Dip your
Okay.
finger. Run it along the tape.
Okay.
You can be messy. It doesn't need to be clean because you've got the tape there to protect it all.
Amazing.
And then, oh, look how straight.
Oh my God, look at how exact
Look
I
how
am.
straight. Tracy, you're amazing.
So good. So it's that easy. Go check your showers. I'm going to check mine. See what's happening there. Take out what is chipped and or not working, and then redo it. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You just need some good painter's tape.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.